Still on this particular issue, I have with me Kit Yosin, who is the chairman of a PPP UK and Ireland branch. He is from the Progressive People's Party, to explore the calls for the extension of the exercise at least to areas with huge populations such as the tertiary institutions, and also calls for continuous registrations provided in the CI 91. But we are told that the IPAC will have to decide to meet on the modalities. We will help this also help the perennial challenges associated with the registration. So we are discussing this issue with Mr. Kit Yosin. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us here at the Adisawe studio.
Thanks for having me.
Well, one of the major issues is a call for extension. What is the PPP's position on this particular issue? Do you also stand by, the calls for the extension?
Thanks very much. Yes, I do. We do stand for a call for extension of the limited registration exercise. Incidentally, I came all the way from London to make sure I register, because I have not voted for a long time.
First time
voter, if you like to put it that way. And it seems something has gone wrong.
What exactly is wrong?
The limited registration time, I think about 10 days, given to everybody to register, which has become quite impossible. We all know that. In the east end of May, to make sure everybody registers, because this is a season where most students are doing the examinations. And if you go to University of Cape Coast and Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, you've got thousands of students there. And the rate at which they are doing this registration quite abysmal, because they do only a couple of hundred a day. So if you go to Legon, you've got about 4,000 students. It's quite unreasonable to expect everybody to be registered. Forget about the students. The other guys who are not students
as well.
The general public, they want to register. All these things are problems. Had they listened to Progressive People's Party, we wouldn't have been in this situation. As I sit here, I haven't got figures to prove it, but I can assure you that there are thousands out there who have not had the opportunity to register. Not because they don't want to go and register, but because the facilities are very limited. So in arriving at Accra, I thought the best thing to do is to go to where I was born. This is called Takwa in Western Region. It was all peace and quiet, very few people there. It took me not less than 20 minutes to get registered. But if you turn it the other way around, you going to the bigger cities, we got serious problems.
Well, on that basis, would you say that the extension should be at those areas? We are talking about the tertiary institutions. You are saying that where you registered, there were less people there. And so within a matter of 20 minutes, you had finished. So would you say that these places should be given priority so that they extend their process at these places and not, for example, where you voted?
Thank you
or it
very
should be nationwide, as it was.
It must be nationwide, and I'm surprised that the Electoral Commission was not monitoring the process. They should have been the first people to have called for extension immediately. That shows.
Sorry, but if you said they were not monitoring the process, how would you know?
Thank you very much.
You know the way they monitor? And that you didn't
we couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. In fact, when I went to Takwa to register, I could not see any registration EC official on the ground. Say that was a smaller place. In the case of Legon, which I've referred to, or in the case of a bigger cities, which we all know, there should have been somebody sending feedback to Madam Charlotte Osei in her office. They should have foreseen it. Lawyers say foreseeable damage. We have foreseen the damage. And the thing ended on 10th of May, and we haven't gotten anywhere. And I can show you without any figures that at least about 52% of the people have not registered to vote. We are talking about national interest. We are not talking about political parties. Our head of state has also not helped us at all. Our government has not helped us. they should have monitored the process and realized that, look, how many people are registrable and how many have registered and why have we got this backlog? Yet we've closed, we put the curtain down on people who have to register. You see, it sounds a joke.
Well, the other calls for, continuous registration as provided in the CI 91, but IPAC will meet to, decide on the modality. Will this help resolve the perennial challenges, associated with voter registration?
Yeah, but it will only help if they take immediate action. But I think the government is sitting now embarrassed. The Electoral Commission is also embarrassed. They have not done a good job. When I say the government, I mean our head of state, the father of the nation. He should take himself away from the NDC or the party politics and serve the people of Ghana. That's what we want to see. It should have been foreseen. If I can foresee it, and of course the government must foresee it. And the Electoral Commission also should
Could you have done something to halt the process?
No,
not at all.
Yes, it could have done something to extend. It should have been extended during the playing of the game. We're playing a football match in 90 minutes. You don't want the end of 90 minutes before you think. Around about the first half or the first half, they should have foreseen that there should be an extended time for the football match to finish reasonably. Okay. That's where we are trying to go. So I'm expecting that the government, by the president with his power, he can drag the EC to his office and say, please, in the name of fair play and peace in this country, extend it to 31st of May. We will say thank you, Mr. President. And
I will say thank you to you at this particular time for making time to be in our studio to talk about this particular issue. The discussion still goes on, and as and when we will get you back in the studio to discuss. Thanks so much for coming to
Thanks
the studio.
So much.
And I have been speaking with Mr. Kit Yorsin, and he is the chairman of PPP UK and Ireland branch.